ladies and gentlemen, because it is not the morning. It is 9 p.m. EST. I'm assuming it is 6 p.m. Western Pacific time. Horrible on the times here. This is round 1, first race of the new season in Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are here in Hungary, in the Hungaroring. Qualifying has already started in a 15-minute session with 7 minutes left. This is the track layout in Hungary. As you can see, we have 14 corners to go, 15 if you want to, or 16 if you want to get technical here. My name is Kubi, and I'm going to try and take you guys throughout this beautiful race, throughout this beautiful qualifying session with these many different drivers, many different brands, and their beautiful, unique styles on their vehicles that they have chosen. My apologies for that helicopter rumbling sound. However, we will get right into it. I hope you guys studied that map, because I sure have not, since this is the first race of the season after all these technical difficulties. But let's get on board with Daniel Wright, who looks like he will be starting a lap right now. As we can see, he's going down the main straight. My apologies for the line. As soon as the race starts, that line will be gone. I promise you that. As he goes down through turn 1. Let's get into the eyes and see what Daniel Wright is seeing. Going through into turn 2. Trying to hug the inside line as much as possible. Get that beautiful exit. You can take this corner flat out all the way through turn 3, up the road, heading into turn 4. Keeps the car in balance. Has to hug the inside line here. Make sure he clings to that curb without touching it, otherwise he may spin. With this double right-left-hander right here, keeping it smooth, going over the curves. Right now, he is in P2. He's trying to get provisional pole. He is catching up. He's forcing the other drivers to go wide because they know that Daniel Wright is going to be the faster driver. And he is zooming and blitzing, and he's just 8/10 away from taking pole position off of Andrew Warden. Andrew Warden is our previous season's championship winner. I want to see the battle taken to Andrew Warden. This season, it looks like Daniel Wright is already on a way to challenge for P1 potentially, just by being under 9/10 behind right now. Andrew Warden is actually in a new vehicle. Last season, he drove in the Bentley, and I'm sure there's a Bentley driver somewhere. And we will find out for sure, but it looks like he is in the Lexus this season. I'm excited to see what that car can do. And in fact, he's still maintaining that provisional pole currently, as Daniel Wright only improves by 90/10ths, or 90 hundredths. 9 hundredths, my god. 9 hundredths. Let's go on board with Blue Cow over here, driving in that Porsche 911 GT3 RS, one of my personal favorites. Let me know if it's one of your guys' personal favorites. As he is heading down through turn 4, all the way getting ready to go into that turn 5. See what it looks like from the back. Oh, and he pulls to the side. And he lets another driver go past. And that looks like he let Daniel Wright go past. And he goes back into the pits. Oh, and let's just... D's Grills is on a hot lap. Just started his new lap. He's in P19 right now, heading into turn 1. He is in that Porsche 911 that we just saw earlier from Blue Cow. Can he improve on his time? As we got some apologies going out through the drivers. It looks like somebody must have touched. Oh, and D's Girls goes way too wide into turn 2. Or turn 3, depending on how stingy you want to be with the turns here. But he gets a great exit. As long as you capitalize on your mistakes, he is gaining some time back. However, he is still... Oh, and he picks up some time through that corner. Beautifully done. However, it looks like he is struggling through these long corners through the right and the left earlier. Let's see what he can do through this double right and left. Right here. Oh, beautifully kept. Beautifully kept. Going inside the cockpit. Seeing what D's Grill sees. He is right behind Henry, who's in that Mercedes AMG GTR, one of my personal favorites. Oh, and he invalidates. He invalidates What a shame. And I'm pleased to tell the audience we have 38 drivers on the grid. We have 38 drivers. It is remarkable. I am pleased to see that. I know there's going to be carnage. I'm excited to see the carnage. 2 minutes left in qualifying. 38 positions and 38 drivers. There is a Pro Series and there's an Amateur Series as well. So the grid, I don't know what the exact percentages is, but my guess is going to be 50% to 50% right now. So there are 2 different championship standings. I'm excited to see what the championship will look like. Starting right now, this is the first race of the season. There are no points. We're going to see what the points look like after this race, see what the standings are. And next race, I will definitely show you guys the series and the standings for the Pro and the series and the standings for the Amateur. They're all driving on the same track. It's going to be an interesting showcase to see what these drivers can do with 2 different experience classes going on at the same time in a crowded field of 37 other drivers, excluding you, going through that traffic, going through the back markers, and trying to pass each other side by side. 38 drivers going into turn 1. I'm excited to see what Monza will hold for us tonight, or in the future, and I'm really excited to see what Hungary is going to look like into turn 1. Because you got a pretty long run, and we're going to see a lot of positions change, and we're going to see some reckless behavior. However, let's get on board with Austin here, who is driving in the Honda NSX, and he currently is the driver in 38th position. And it looks like he's taking a sweet time. I'm assuming he's one of the new drivers. I'm assuming he's going to be in the Amateur Series. And it's a great showcase for him. I want to give him some spotlight. As you can see, these drivers have also created their own liveries, and this is his personal take on his Honda NSX. And as you can see, it's a beautifully green and blue and black striped logo all throughout his car, almost looking like the ARC logos, since this is the Apollo Racing Club. He is not going to improve his time. He will still be in 38th position. He's 7 seconds behind his current time. He's in Sector 3 out of 3, and this is the final lap that he can do. I wish he could have improved, but qualifying is over. Everybody needs to finish up their runs right now. Austin is on his final run, and right behind him, it looks like it's going to be Blue Cow as Deez Grills finishes his lap. Let's go to Blue Cow in his Porsche, in a all-black Porsche. And Blue Cow improves 1 position. Whoops, went the wrong way. Oh, no. And now all these drivers in the pit lane. That's not what I wanted to see. Nobody, as you can see, there's a color code here. However, we're here with Lindner, who is going to be behind. Austin has moved into 37th place out of 38. I'm assuming both drivers have invalidated, but Austin had that quicker time, is the only logical explanation here. However, Lindner looks like he's the last driver to cross the finish line, and Lindner in the Ferrari going through the final corner, turn 14 or turn 16. Through turn 14 on the straight. He's in 15th. Can he improve? He does not improve. He stays 15th fastest. Now then, we have 38 drivers on the grid. As I think this is the best one we can get. I'm assuming we're having a full formation lap. 2 minutes or 1 minute and 40 seconds before the race starts. It is a 45-minute race. This is a sprint race. I'm excited to see these cars sprint. I want to see the miracle story of a person from 38th to first place. Highly unlikely. The odds are not in your favor, good sir. However, I'm excited to see what will happen. As you can see, you got Mercedes in second row, and that's going to be Daniel Wright. On the right, as you can see, is Daniel Wright in that Mercedes AMG GTR. To the left of Daniel Wright is in the Lexus is Andrew Warden. And Andrew Warden was our previous championship leader, or championship winner, excuse me, current champion. He will be trying to defend his title this season. He switched from a Bentley to a Lexus, so it's going to be exciting to see what this change will bring him. As we have 50 seconds left in the session, Tim Winfrey has just asked if we have mandatory pit stops. We do not. This is a sprint race. Your car should be able to last the full 45 minutes without having to refuel. We do have endurance races if you do have a question about that. The endurance races are an hour and a half long, and you will need to refuel. And if you wish to change your tires as well, go right ahead. I don't believe that's mandatory, but refueling will be a must because your cars cannot last an hour and a half without refueling. Got under 20 seconds left to go. And as you can see, the drivers on the right side of the screen here are messaging each other. We got 38 people. Actually, we probably got 30 people in the voice chat right now. Some of the drivers have opted out because it can get a little hectic in there. But let's see what happens. 45-minute race. We are on the formation lap. Mercedes, Audi R8, McLarens, and Ferraris and Bentleys. We got Honda NSXs and Porsches. We got a BMW in here. We got a Lamborghini in here. We got a Lexus in here. We got Aston Martin in the field. Montalvo, the only driver in the BMW. And that's a brave choice if you ask me. Montalvo in that BMW is a very, very bold choice. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. However, starting off in 37th place is not promising for the BMW. However, I do like that white and blue. In fact, Paul Wallenstein, if I can find him real quick, in 34th, is in a Lamborghini for a customer team. Oh, somebody's driving the Nissan GTR. I'm excited. This is Jacques, and I want to see what this baby looks like. As you can see, the classic Nissan GTR rear look right there, if anybody's familiar with Nissan GTRs. I haven't seen this thing race at all yet. I'm excited to see what this thing can do. He's starting off in 33rd position, better than 38th position if you ask me. However, I am going to see what he will be capable of as these drivers are trying to warm up their tires. And if you look at the map, there is just a massive train going on right now as these drivers try to warm up their tires, and eventually it will go into double file line and the race will start. Trash Panda in the McLaren. Jad, another new driver, never seen him before. He is driving in that Bentley. We got Patterson in the Honda NSX. So we got multiple Honda NSXs, multiple McLarens. Always a popular favorite among the drivers and the fans. Ducklow, we did not have an Aston Martin last season, and we have an Aston Martin this season. We have Porsches. Porsches are very popular. Some consider them to be the fastest car. I will consider them the fastest car. It is said that they were built in the wind tunnel, and that is how they got their shape. In fact, we got two drivers side by side, Nathan Drake and Blue Cow together. Gonna be side by side with each other. Porsche on Porsche action. However, this race is about to start. Trying to find the leader here, which is going to be Andrew Warden and Daniel Wright. As you can see, the Lexus to the right, the Mercedes AMG GTR to the left. We got an Audi R8 and a McLaren right behind these two. We got four different manufacturers in the top four as they go down the main straight here, down into turn one, side by side, Andrew Ward and Daniel Wright, and Andrew Ward maintains the lead. However, we got drivers getting pushed out wide. We got drivers getting pushed out wide. Did anybody spin? Somebody is spun. Somebody is spun in the back. What is going on? Who was that? Oh, we got two drivers out. And we got two drivers thrown outside. Austin, on the other hand, has made up some positions because of those accidents. We got a couple more drivers coming out wide. Oh, we got a driver going out wide again. And who is this? This is Patterson in his Honda. Oh, my. What is going on here? The positions are getting changed and jockeyed up. There's so much movement. The computer can't even handle it. As we go side by side with Tim Wilkins and Jacques. However, let's go back up to the front. The leaders are the mainstay as they stay close to each other through these few laps. We will see Andrew Warden has a drive-through penalty. The championship leader, or the championship title defender, Andrew Warden has that drive-through penalty. His race, he is a fast driver. But in a 45-minute sprint race, I do not believe Andrew Warden has the capability. And my apologies, Andrew Warden, but I don't think he can come back and win this. However, Daniel Wright looks like he will be having a great start to the season. He needs to make sure he gets first place, and he needs to make sure Andrew Warden doesn't make up as many positions as possible. Andrew Warden's strategy right now, he has 3 laps. 3 laps before he has to come in. And he's not going to come in within the first lap, simply because he's going to get thrown into traffic. What you want to do is build up a gap for as many laps as you can, because Andrew Warden does have that pace. And once he does, he will forcefully come in, and he will be thrown into traffic, but he will not be thrown as far back as you would have went into on that first lap. However, there are no safety cars, so you do not run into the risk of holding out. And let's see what's going on behind. Now we got Bellinger. Has a 1.3 second gap from him to Andrew Warden. Wrong button. And right behind Bellinger, we got Tommy Kogan in that Audi R8. Tommy Kogan was definitely a contender last season. He's in the Audi R8 this season. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. We got some new faces in the top 5 as well. There's a person named E. Anderson. I have not seen Anderson yet at all race, and he is driving in the Ferrari. We got 6 different constructors in the top 6. Mercedes, Lexus, McLaren, Audi R8, Ferrari, and the Bentley. As you can see on the track map, Andrew Warden and Daniel Wright pulling away. Andrew Warden does have to serve that penalty, unfortunately, because it will be an interesting fight to see what he can do from behind and see if he can overtake. However, as we go back, Andrew Warden does stay out for another lap. Let's see what it looks like from the back here. Actually, it's getting really frisky back here. We got some drivers going out wide. We are here in 15th place with Smacks, Chipsy in his Mercedes-AMG GTR right in front of him. Chipsy was actually in the Ferrari last season. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do in the Mercedes-AMG GTR. Chipsy had some great points throughout the season as well, going through that standings. He was definitely in the top 10 in terms of points, and he is definitely one to watch and see if he can carve through this traffic as he makes a move on to Mahoney into turn 1. We got cars in the back overtaking and getting overtaken into turn 1 right now. However, we are looking at the top 16 currently. And as you can see, there is a gap beginning to form from the top 19 and all the way back. In fact, let's see if Andrew Warden goes into the pits this lap. If not, he will have to come in next lap. And we will see what he does right now as he is 8 tenths away from Daniel Wright. He does go into the pits. He has to serve that drive-through penalty. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out in, because that is going to be the key deciding factor. If he, it's going to be an interesting fight for Andrew Warden to make up any places that he loses. He's going to have to get it back real quick. Our championship winner from last season in a drive-through penalty. He is going to come out in 19th place. He has a lot of work to do in 40 minutes to get back to the position that he was in and provide some form of a challenge to Daniel Wright. Andrew Warden has the potential of doing it, and we're definitely going to keep an eye on him as he's in 19th place, right ahead of Alan Zhu, who is in that Porsche, and right behind Lintner in that Ferrari. Oh, and it looks like somebody's went off. And who is that? That is Smacks. Smacks in the Audi R8 has gone off. It looks like he's joining back onto the track, hopefully safely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cars in this pack. 7, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, 6 cars into this pack. And they're all fighting for those top 10 positions. As we go on board with Cookie here, having a beautiful view of the battle ahead of him. And I'm pretty sure we are going to see something interesting happen into turn 1. Let's go up. We actually got 2 cars going side by side. And they do not touch. I was so prepared. Oh my god, and Babushka almost goes into the rear of Craig Bray there. And it looks like there's a driver getting overtaken in front of us. However, these drivers are keeping it tight, keeping it real. Click the wrong button. Actually, I clicked the right button. And this is his head cam. We can see, we can look down. Actually, let's look inside the cockpit of Babushka here. I like that. Oh, what's going on in front? These cars are jockeying for position. And Babushka almost loses it out of that exit. And Craig Bray in his pink Mercedes. Is that the Weeboo Mercedes? That is now my question. Oh, we do not want to look at that. Is it the Weeboo? It is not the Weeboo. However, this is a beautiful sight. We got 2 Mercedes on top of each other, sandwiched in between the 2 Ferraris. I wish this is what Formula 1 would look like up at the top front of the grid. A Ferrari, Mercedes, Mercedes, Ferrari would definitely showcase for some great, great action. However, we are going through the final 2 corners before we start going back and starting another lap here. 36 minutes left in the session. Oh my god! And a touch, and it. Oh, that wasn't that severe. However, wrong button. I'm gonna hit you guys with the, and they touch like that, baby. And they do touch like that. Let's see what happens in the turn 1. They will probably go cautious after seeing that mistake happen. Oh, and they almost touch again. This is brilliant racing, apart from the incident out of the final corner. That was a little bit of disappointment right there. However, the 2 black cars in front battling it out. They are going at it with each other. Who is this? It is Sumo God and Cookie, and they touch again. They are 2 magnets. They can't be separated. And Sumo God lets off the throttle, and Cookie goes a little wide out that corner, and Sumo God goes back into the inside, and they're still side by side, going into the right left-hander. Oh, and Sumo God backs out. Cookie has the outside line. He doesn't want to get spin out on the inside. However, this is a battle heating up, the fight for 7th place. It's not just these 2 drivers fighting. We got 4 drivers right behind them waiting to capitalize on their mistake. They're going super aggressive into each other. I want to see what happens into the final corner and see if anything sketchy happens again. However, right here in the back, the other drivers waiting for an incident to occur right in front of them. And we shall see if anything happens. Into the final corner, or into the second to last corner, turn 13. However, going back, Sumo God and Cookie battling it out. And it looks like Cookie is going to survive another day. However, let's start moving up the field. And Pfeiffer down in 33rd, and I'm sure he's going to be very upset about that. He's been practicing a lot, and he's been getting better and better. However, he did choose the Lexus, so I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. However, and that is Pfeiffer going wide because he's letting the drivers go through. Daniel Wright, 17 seconds ahead from Bellinger in second place. Looks like Daniel Wright's going to wrap it up, depending on what Andrew Warden can do if he can come back. He's come back from worse, but not against a driver like Daniel Wright. Daniel Wright might have this race. However, it's 33 minutes left in the race. Anything can happen. He might make a mistake. Tommy Kogan in the other podium position in third place. Beautifully done by him. He will have a great start to the season if he can make up another position, and he will be a definite championship contender, hopefully, and I do believe he will have a chance at the title this season. As we go on back, we got Cookie, Sumo God, and Craig Bray all fighting for that P7 position. The rest of the pack has started to slowly split off. However, we did get a mistake, and we did catch that live. Thank God for that fun. And he slots right into that middle of the pack, and that is, I believe, Babushka. They're all driving Ferraris. And we shall see what happens here. In fact, we got a car going side by side into turn 13, if I'm not mistaken. They're super close up there. However, what is going to happen here? And they let each other go by smoothly. These drivers also have to understand, if you're in the Pro Series and if you're in the Amateur Series, it is not wise to start messing up each other's laps. Especially if you're in the Amateur Series. Follow the Pro Series driver, learn from him, and you will get better, and you will not mess up each other's standings. Oh, he dives! And who is that in that green car? That is... Who is that? Who is that? Who was that? That was beautiful. I like the attempt, Fox. I did like that attempt. Oh, and right behind we got Fitter. However, let's get on board. We got 3 Ferraris back to back to back. Gitter, Fox, Babushka chasing down Chipsy, who is just a second up the road. There is a white flag. That's right, I made that up because there are no white flags as of this current moment. I'm just gonna sit back and listen to the crackle and pop out of this Ferrari engine. I've been talking too much. It's time to listen to a car and what she sounds like. And there's nothing more iconic on these streets than the Ferrari. And Easton, in a lapped Lamborghini, makes contact. Oh my God, and that is bad. And that is atrocious from the back marker, Easton. Oh my God, that is... I would say they touch. I had another GIF for this. I deleted that GIF, and this would have been a perfect time to do it. I'm a little sad about that, but we'll settle for the classic. Man, and that's not what I wanted to show. I wish I still had my Super Saiyan SJ3, whatever it is, going Berserker mode, however. And this is where 38 drivers, we're down to 35, we're down to 35 drivers. 3 drivers have retired. However, 35 drivers is still a lot of drivers on the track. There is going to be back markers. There is going to be blue flags. Easton, unfortunately, was one that got caught up in it. And as you can see, T. Wilkins is actually side by side with some drivers who have actually lapped him. And I mean, it's his right to drive past. However, it is not his right to block the drivers who are much clearly faster than him. Oh, and what is this? Do we have somebody off? We do have somebody off, and that is Henry, who is a back marker, letting the drivers go by. It's getting a little confusing now for me. However, Andrew Warden is in P10, by the way. 3 cars ahead of him. He can take 7th place. And I'm sure he will take 7th place because he is that good of a driver. Let's get an onboard view of Andrew Warden and see what it looks like as he overtakes some drivers. No offense to Sumo God, Cookie, and Bray. However, I am this confident in Andrew Warden's abilities of maximizing that track width, as you just saw through the last corner, how he goes on a wider exit, gaining much more speed down the main straight. However, the Mercedes-AMG GTR is one of the fastest cars on a straight. That a 6-point-something liter V8 naturally aspirated engine, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or it is the twin-turbo engine. I'm not 100% sure. If somebody in the comments could let me know what engine exactly is in that Mercedes, apart from the fact that it is a V8. But Andrew Warden is ready to pounce and make a move on Sumo God. He's trying to force Sumo God into making a mistake. Sumo God is not letting him have the mistake. And we are just seeing Andrew Warden use the width of this track brilliantly. He ate the curb, unfortunately. However, I'm sure at some point he is going to get past Sumo God. It is inevitable. I don't think he can survive for 27 more minutes of this constant pressure and constant harassment from Andrew Warden, our previous championship winner. He is defending his title. He is making the move. And as you can see, he is not through yet. Oh, and they are going side by side still. Oh, and they touch a little. They touch a little. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, and Sumo God fights back, and that is some brilliant defending. Some contact was made. However, it was cleanly done out of the end. Nobody spun out. And they are still going side by side. Oh my god, I love it. I love a little contact. Rubbing is racing, as they say. And Warden is not going to give up. He's going to send it down into turn 1. And Sumo God, I think, is going to let him through. Actually, it looks like he's going to try and do the cutback. As we can see through the rear view mirror and through the side view mirror. I hope you guys are enjoying this cam as much as I am, because we are getting the driver's perspective from what it looks like to be in that cockpit. I am enjoying this cam, actually. Now, as we move on back to a normal cam, what do we have here? Guzzaman on Kieran Fox. However, let's go back up to the front of the pack and see if there's any jostling for position. And as you can see, Daniel Wright is 12 seconds ahead. His gap has actually shrunk. Bellinger is 2.5 seconds ahead of Tommy Kogan. And Anderson is 1.2 seconds behind Kogan. So the top 4, or I should say 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place are all within striking distance. It's going to be interesting to see what happens down to the last couple of laps in this race and see if anybody will send it down. As we have 33 drivers left in this race, 5 have now retired, which is expected. A lot of cars on one track. Accidents are bound to happen. And as we can see, 5 major accidents have occurred, which is why 5 drivers are no longer here, and why our 38 drivers are now down to 33. And Dave Hassar in 6th place. However, we are still keeping that tradition of 6 different cars in the top 6 alive. In fact, 7 different cars in the top 7 alive, if I'm not mistaken. Give or take 1. However, back here is a massive battle between back markers and those who have made them back markers, all fighting it out. Babushka gets past Jad. Let's start moving up the list here as Sumo God is chasing Cookie. It looks like Andrew Warden has cleanly passed Cookie. And this is actually three Lexuses all in one row. And I apologize to the viewers. The reason why these cars are all black is because I messed up with one of the downloading folders, and we are not seeing the true customization that these drivers have in their hands. I have just realized this, and now that I just noticed that is my mistake. I apologize to the drivers who put that effort in, and I'm sure they wanted to see them overtaking drivers in their beautifully sleek designed cars. This race does not look like the race that will happen. I must have put the folder in the wrong location. As we're on board with Andrew Warden, he's gonna catch up to Craig Bray. I know he will. However, what is happening back here? Babushka with a drive-through penalty. I have no idea what these drivers are doing to get these drive-through penalties. He is going into the pits right now. He is going to lose a lot of the positions that he gained. As we have Guzman and Kieran Fox, Lamborghini and Ferrari action. The two Italian stallions. Actually, I lied. The Italian stallion versus the Italian bull. Who is going to win? And let's get back onto this cam. As we go on to the head movement, as he goes to the inside, he's trying to find the space to get past Jad, who's in that Bentley, because Jad is right behind Kieran Fox, and he's making it difficult for him to catch up. As Kieran Fox gets past Austin now, and Austin has made some work, starting all the way from 37th to 38th. He is now in 27th, so congratulations to Austin. We're halfway through this race as he gets past Austin. Austin is going to let them through. He has no beef with these guys. But Guzzy Man and Kieran Fox duking it out as Guzzy Man is catching up to Kieran Fox. I'm sorry, this is an Audi R8. I don't know why I thought this was a Lambo. German on Italian action. Will the pony keep its lead, or will German engineering overcome it? These are the big questions we must ask. Because if these questions are not asked, we will never know. And life is all about knowledge. And we are trying to see the knowledge of which driver is better on the Hungaroring. And for right now, after 23 minutes, it is currently Kieran Fox. And that is deep braking. It looked like he may or may not have touched. I don't know yet. However, let's get a full view of this. And as you can see, it's black. I did not download that folder properly. My apologies to you, Guzman. We shall have that fixed for next race. As you know, we had a lot of technical difficulties since this is the first race of the season. However, where is Andrew Warden? And Andrew Warden is right on the back of Craig. Craig Bray. Now, I know he's going to get past Craig Bray because he has that pace. And we're going to use this beautiful, beautiful camera here. And we're going to watch him sail by, look in the side view mirrors, look in that rear view mirror. We're going to see what happens. In the pink Mercedes. In fact, as we're in here, let's just admire the carbon fiber interior on this door handle. With all that weight reduction savings. My God, this thing is a beast. And as we can see, he is about to do a 1 minute and 46-second lap. His best is a 1 minute 43. As you can see behind these back markers, he is 3 seconds behind his regular pace. And that is what's ultimately making him struggle to gain positions, because he has to reduce himself 3 seconds behind. In fact, to get an idea, Craig Bray's lap times are in the 1 minute 45.6 range, which was his best. So on average, we're probably looking at 146, which is what it was last lap. While Andrew Warden is probably pumping out 1 minute 44s on an average lap, so he's 2 seconds behind his regular time pace. And these drivers are not making it easy for the defending champion. However, this is the first race of the season. I'm sure Andrew will come back stronger next race to claw the point deficit back in his favor. However, as soon as he gets past Greg Bray, 3.5 seconds separates him from Dave Hassar, who is in 6th place. Man, I should not have smoked that cigar. My voice is dying. While Andrew Warden has disappointed me with the slow overtake of Craig Bray, we are going to go on to Treason and Blue Cow, who is going to easily get past. My God, that was acceleration, if I have ever seen one. In fact, let's do a back camera shot, and as you can see, Blue Cow and his Porsche is now in 25th place, as Treason has gained a position. As my English has failed me, as I say position. And let's see what is happening up the road. We got Pitch in 5th in the Bentley. Anderson and the Ferrari in P4. Tommy Kogan is 1.6 seconds behind Bellinger, who is also 1 second ahead of Anderson. And they're now running into some back markers. And that is Henry, actually, who has gone wide. Bellinger has already passed Henry. It is now up to Tommy Kogan, and oh my God, and Henry just goes into the middle of the track, covers off Tommy Kogan, and he gets passed. Oh my God, and he almost gets sideswiped and taken out by him, Henry. Henry, you gotta get out the way, dude. It's not like it's the guy in 30th position. These guys are in the top 3, fighting it out. And now, because of that, Bellinger has a 2.7 second lead again on Tommy Kogan, and he has to fight that time back. Chipsy is in the pits. And what has happened here, Chipsy? I will let you look at this replay and tell me later, because it looks like you got some damage. As Pitch drives by. And what button did I just click? Okay. As we see Smacks get past Jacques in his Nissan, losing out to that Audi R8. You know what? I haven't even seen the Nissan GTR, like, drive, the interior, nothing. Let's see what it sounds like to be in this Nissan GTR. You know what? The car sounds like a typical Japanese car. With that upshift and downshift. It just sounds so Japanesey to me. It sounds like it's Japanese engineered, and guess what? You know what? Yes. Yes. However, we got Smacks now on the back of Patterson, who's in that Honda NSX, actually, as he's getting chased down by Smacks in that Audi R8. What is going to happen? Smacks looks like he has all the pace right now, and he looks like he might be going down the inside. Does not get it this time. And it looks like the front end of Smacks' car has seen some damage. And he does not care. Smacks does not care. He cares about overtaking, and he is going to overtake eventually. I am sure of it. There's less than 15 minutes left in the race. My voice is killing me. I should not have smoked the cigar. And I should have brought water. Warden is in either 7th place I'm assuming he's overtaken Cookie by now, Common. And he is probably chasing Dave Hassar down right now for that 6th place position. Andrew Warden had a drive-through penalty on lap 1. I don't know what he did exactly to get that drive-through penalty, but he had one, and that threw him down to like 14th position. And now, because of that, he has clawed his way back up to 7th. And he is trying to catch up to Dave Hassar, probably caught up, and is trying to pass him. As we are on board with the battle for P20. I'm going to assume these are for some points for the amateur race. He did not get rammed. He simply had a drive-through penalty. Because of the penalty, he came out in 14th. It is an amazing grid size. Oh, and we got 2 drivers. And Schmax is going to go down the inside of turn 1. They do not touch. They do touch! And they do touch! Oh my god. They're still going side by side. Patterson isn't going to like that tap. He's going to send it on the inside. He lets him through! Oh my god, I would have taken some form of aggression there. I would have probably sent it back and gave him a clap back for that contact into turn 1. Patterson is a man of taste. And just for you, they do touch, Martin. They do touch. What's going on up here? We got Mahoney and Austin fighting for P28. Oh, and he goes around the inside. Now he's going to go through the outside, taking the long way around. Mahoney cannot get the job done. Mahoney's going to try back again. I know he's not going to quit. Mahoney better hit some gas on it. He needs to overtake. I want to see this overtake. What is going to happen? Oh, and he does not try to go around the outside. He's going to maybe send it down the inside. Down into turn 12. Does not go for it. Going down. Oh, and Austin has a horrible exit. And into turn 13. Mahoney has the inside line. Oh, and he gets past. And now you see Austin trailing after that mistake. What a shame. As Daniel Wright, our championship... Actually, Daniel Wright, our current race leader... just got past 2 more drivers. And let's get an onboard in his car. And I do think you're right, Common. If the drivers did do that, then I'm assuming they did probably put AM and Pro on their cars so we know which one is which. I don't know if all drivers have adhered to that rule yet, because we don't know exactly who's going to be in Pro and who's going to be in AM. But that does seem like the logical thing to do. As we're on board with the current race leader, Daniel Wright, in a Mercedes AMG GTR. I'm telling you guys right now, the last 2 minutes, the last 5 minutes of this race, I'm running downstairs and I'm grabbing a bottle of beer and I am going to chug that in congratulations to Mercedes AMG GTR and to Daniel Wright for giving me my favorite car company a race win this season, starting off strong. I'm going to be proud when that happens at 10 minutes. As we go down, Thornton chasing Paul Wallenstein in the customer Lamborghini. We got some blue flags for Austin as he is chased down by Smacks. And something has clearly happened to Patterson and Jacques, because they were much, much closer to Smacks. You know what? The fight for third place is getting heated up. We got a Ferrari and we got an Audi R8, and the Ferrari is looking mighty, mighty aggressive and mighty, mighty assertive. Can he close this gap down and get past Tommy Kogan? That is now the question. Anderson was 1/10 quicker last lap than Kogan. Can he make a move this lap? I want to see it. I want to see it. He's right up his ass. Tommy Kogan's getting pushed back from Patterson. Can Anderson make a move and take advantage of this situation before the door closes? He's got to send it on to Patterson. Patterson keeps the position. He's got to make way. Anderson is trying to close the gap, and he loses some time because of the back marker of Patterson. It's not Patterson's fault. He let one driver go through. He wasn't expecting Anderson to throw it in like that, but Anderson is finally caught up, and Austin goes into the grass. I hope he doesn't get in the way of the drivers. He goes, and he goes through. He lets him go through. Thank you, Austin, for keeping this fight for third place excited and alive. The race has livened up. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the race, and we have a fight for P3. The final podium position. Because of this battling, they're losing time to Bellinger. However, they actually gained time to Bellinger. He went from 4.5 seconds to 3.7 seconds. Bellinger has no traffic in front of him. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's getting too lazy and realizing, like, I'm in second place on a nice gap. However, the fight for P3 is where it's at. We're going to stay on this fight for the rest of this race unless something happens, because we haven't seen these two drivers yet, and I want to showcase Tommy Kogan and Anderson's talents. Let's see what Tommy Kogan can do on the defense, and let's see what Anderson can do on the offense, and we'll see if there's any counter moves on each other. And hopefully, they can come back and take the fight to P2 and make it a three-way battle for position 2. They were a good amount of tenths faster than Bellinger on that last lap. However, Bellinger is still maintaining his lead of 3.5 seconds ahead of Tommy Kogan. We got Daniel Wright in first place. He's gone. He's to the moon. He's going to knock it out of the park. And unless he does a slip and slide somewhere and goes wide and hits the wall, I don't see him relinquishing this race win. Come on, Anderson. Close that gap down. You were up there. Don't disappoint me now, Anderson. And we got Pitch in 5th place. I'm assuming Andrew Warden is going to be in 6th place. I'm assuming he had the time to catch up and pass Dave Hassar. We will take a look on that later. We got the fight for P3 here. Hopefully, Anderson can close that gap. It does not seem like he can. But he was up Tommy Kogan's booty, and it looks like the booty is escaping. In fact, Bellinger is coming into some thick traffic, and that's going to slow him down. It's going to allow Tommy Kogan to start catching that gap up. And once Tommy Kogan catches that gap up, he's going to start slowing down, and Anderson's going to catch that gap up. And then we're going to see a 3 fight for P2. And hopefully, it's a clean and beautiful fight between them. However, as we have this little moment to ourselves, let's see where Andrew Warden is. Andrew Warden is in P6. He is just down the road from Pitch. 5 seconds behind and 5 minutes left in the race. His last lap was a 1 minute 45. Pitch's last lap was a 1 minute 46. If he goes a second a lap faster, and I know he's going to go 2 seconds a lap faster, he's going to catch up to Pitch, and he's going to have a run into P5 as well. So we're having a battle between P2, 3, and 4, and we're about to have a battle between P5 and P6. So this race is just getting heated now. The final positions, the final main point winners, are going to have a fight and duke it out. The top, from 2nd to 3rd place, are all within a 1.5 seconds from each other. We're going to see what's going to happen. As Tommy Kogan is on the back of Mahoney, Bellinger is eating up the traffic. He's got past Jad. He's got past Mahoney. Tommy Kogan goes past Jad. Now it's up to Anderson to get past Jad. And Jad better let him through. Jad, don't you ruin this. There you go, Jad. As Tommy Kogan gets past Mahoney. Now Anderson has to get past Mahoney. Oh, and he gets rear-ended! Oh, no! Jad! Oh, my God! We saw that in the rear-view camera. We got it on live. We saw it. They touch. Unfortunately, they touch. How pissed off is Anderson right now?
I didn't understand.
How pissed off is Anderson? Shut up, phone. How pissed off is Anderson right now? That is the question. His race is ruined. And now he is a 3.6 second gap from Pitch. I'm sure he's going to keep it. But my God, let's see what that ass looks like. Look at that scratch. And it looks like he's got the AM sticker. It looks like he's in the amateur group, and I'm sure they're going to fix that soon because he's in the top 4. And they're probably going to throw him into the Pro Series. However, that ass got tapped. That ass got tapped by Jad. In the meantime, we got Andrew Warden, 2.4 seconds behind pitch with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. He's got 1 back marker to go through. And because of that, unless something bad happens to Andrew Warden, I don't think Andrew Warden, or something bad's going to happen to Anderson, I don't think Andrew Warden's going to go any higher than 5th place. However, that is an awesome recovery drive from a man that went all the way down to P14. However, let's go back up to Tommy Kogan here, who is 1 second behind Bellinger. The fight for P2 is on. As they come up to some more traffic, Tommy Kogan's got to make a move in this traffic because there's not going to be any traffic past these 2 drivers. So, if Bellinger has the pace, he's going to get away. And they're letting Bellinger through easily. Smacks has let Bellinger through. Is he going to let Andrew Warden through? And he is going to let Andrew Warden through. Or Tommy Kogan through. I'm sorry. My apologies, Tommy. And he's 1.2 seconds behind. Oh, and he's letting him through the corner. And is he going to let Tommy Kogan down through the main straight? He's going to get the slipstream. However, he's going to be too far behind Paul Wallenstein. And I think that's checkmate on Tommy Kogan. I'm calling it 2 minutes and 23 seconds. I'll be right back with that beer. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I had to go grab that beer so I could celebrate as soon as that Mercedes-AMG GTR finishes, crosses that finish line, and wins the race, hopefully. I don't want to jinx him. Commentator's curse is a thing. But he's so far up the road, I am already getting ready to pop the champagne. However, Andrew Warden is in 5th place. He actually just got past pitch. That was predicted. The leader is on the final lap. I'm pouring the beer right now. I don't know if y'all can hear the sound of victory here. Me and my biasness. Oh man. Andrew Warden's only 3.3 seconds behind, but I don't think he's going to catch up 3 seconds. So what it's going to be is Anderson in 4th, Tommy Kogan in 3rd. Oh my God, and he caught up. Tommy Kogan has caught up to Bellinger. This is going to be a final lap sprint from Tommy Kogan. 6/10 behind. He's got to close that gap a little further and dive down on the inside, take the position, come in 2nd place. Let's go, Tommy. I don't know who Bellinger is yet, so I can't root for him. I know Tommy Kogan was here last season. I want to see Tommy Kogan get the 2nd place. It's very hard to get 2nd place when you got Andrew Warden always getting 1st place almost all the time. So 2nd place is always up for grabs, and it's such a tight competition usually for that 2nd place spot. Let's go, Tommy Kogan. Get those points. I believe in you. My apologies to you, Bellinger. Don't know you yet. However, I am also a fan of the Audi R8. I do like McLarens. I'm a little German. I'm a little biased, of course, but let's go, Tommy. So let's do the Tommy Kogan view. As the leader gets ready to cross the finish line. And the leader has won, and this chug is for you after this battle, of course. Oh man, that beer kills. Okay. As we have Tommy Kogan get past, or stays in 3rd place. Andrew Warden will come in 5th place. Anderson will come in 4th. Pitch is going to come in 6th. Craig Bray is going to come in 7th. Cookie is going to come in 8th. However, we got Dave Assar in 9th. Will not be able to get the move done. Sumo God, congratulations to him. He's going to come in 10th place. Kieran Fox in 11th place. Not feeling any major pressure. Chipsy in 22nd. Unfortunate for him, he's a quick driver. He should be in the top 10. Guzman in 12th. Fitter. Henry. Nathan Drake, thank you. Grills. Alan Zhu, congratulations, 14th. However, he is getting hounded by Lintner. Oh! And Lintner crashes! Oh my god! Does this open Pandora's box? I don't think so, because Daniel Wright is right behind him. So we lapped the guy in 16th. Lintner is not going to get punished for that mistake. Oh god. Congratulations, Lintner. That was the last lap. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I did chug that beer if you had that question. I hope you guys enjoyed the race. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. I am dead throat-wise. I am tired. Thank you to the drivers coming out. 38 drivers. That is impressive. If you are interested in joining our Assetto Corsa Competizione series, please go join us on our website as well, apolloracingclub.com. There you can join our Discord where we have chats about, motorsports related or anything else, of course. We got Formula 1 races, iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa, Wreckfest, rally racing, you name it, racing, we pretty much got it. Motocross, or MotoGP, I should say. Don't be a stranger. Come on in, ApolloRacingClub.com. Thank you to the drivers. Thank you to the audience. Good night. I am going to chug some more beer. You guys have an enjoyable night. Let's go weekend.